not just another Caribbean airport. We're an international gateway designed with you, the traveler, in mind. SXM provides a state-of-the-art international travel experience where ease and convenience is second only to safety and efficiency. At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, kids. What's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with the news of 33 bikes were controlled on this past weekend, and everybody is up in arms about it. Basically, I don't want to laugh, but it is serious. The police cornered off the bikers by the bridge. The whole argument where Simpson Bay begins and where Cold Bay ends, by the yacht club. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, right there where Royal Palm is, basically they had a whole stop. I think we have footage of it. And in the footage, you see these bikers, screaming that they are cornered. Yes, they cornered them, they cornered them, they cornered them, they cornered them. Now, the police did come up with a statement saying that 33 bikers were checked, and out of 33, 23 were confiscated. That's 23 bikes, people. That means if that was a quick review of our stats when it comes to these bikers versus regular vehicles, the bikers ain't making it look good for the biking community in St. Martin. Why? Because most of the percentage you would think are supposed to be legal, have the right documents, they should, abide by the road rules, but it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good. That's the percentage is ridiculous. 23 bikes were then taken to the police station. Now, the police makes it very simple. You come, you bring the papers for the bike, whatever bike it is, and you get to go back home with it because maybe you didn't walk with it because it was a Sunday. It was your Sunday best you were wearing. You wasn't worrying about having the papers with you, right? So they give you the opportunity to go and take it. Now, they don't have the space. So you see every single time they're coming out in the public going like, hey, guys, the bikes, don't forget. Hey, guys, don't forget. Because they will have to eventually crush the bikes to make more space inside of the backyard of the police station where the evidence are kept. Why does everybody know this? I feel like that type of information people ain't supposed to know. But yeah, the evidence lot, which is secured by the police, so you can't go and get your bike, okay? I don't want to give you no ideas. In some other news, in the Eastern Caribbean, it's going to get easier for you to get a bank account. Of course, St. Martin is still behind. This report by this news organization. Take a look.
Big tonight. It will soon be easier for people in the Eastern Caribbean to open a bank account. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Entwine, says steps are being taken in the sub-region to ensure that there are less roadblocks for opening an account.
We have heard your cries and complaints, and the ECCB, in partnership with the ECCU Bankers Association, has responded with the ECCU First Step account. The features of this account include simplified due diligence, which means you do not need 2 pieces of ID, you now need 1. No minimum balances to open. Thank you. No minimum balances to maintain the account. interest bearing, because we understand the time value of money, and poor people must be able to bank money. So whether it's $1 or it's $1,000, you will earn interest.
Altwine said it also won't be too easy for banks to close accounts once they are opened.
And this account can only be closed for cause. And when I say cause, I mean money laundering, fraud, and the like. By law. So yes.
He said the member states in the ECCB region will move to amend their banking acts accordingly. In fact, Antigua and Barbuda and St. Vincent and the Grenadines have already done so.
These amendments empower our central bank to strengthen financial consumer protection, and we anticipate passage in all our member countries before the end of this year.
You see what I mean? Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.
I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those condoms, I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time.
Having trouble with my internet. It's dropping in my bedroom and the kitchen.
Problem in your internet is your Wi-Fi. You see, things like the size of your house, the building materials you use, like concrete walls, whether you have multiple floors. And let's not forget the distance between your modem and your devices, like your computer, your phone, TV. All these have an effect on the quality and the strength of your Wi-Fi.
How do you know this stuff?
You need to check Telem. They have mesh devices that allow you to create your own smart Wi-Fi network to cover your entire home. It's a few small devices working together like a team to cover your entire house with strong Wi-Fi signal. Super easy. Here, I get one from Telem today. Download the app from your phone app store, plug in the device, and plug into the modem. When light blinks blue, it's ready to pair via the app. Go to app, click next, and follow the instruction. Place the second device where you need coverage. Boom. Now you're covered. Telem makes it super easy. They offer convenient payment plans of just $12 a month. My guy, and if you opt to get the fiber plan, they'll come and install it for you. Guess what? For free.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna get my smart Wi-Fi plan today.
Hey, let's do this thing.
Today itself.
Get your smart Wi-Fi from Telem today.
All right, let's continue the show. Now, in Barbados, they had the crop over, and this report from Barbados today.
I cannot wait to see myself. It's only my third year, but I was back every time. I come to here, I think it's Get Mad Now. I'm not sure if the name so it's party or something like that, but yeah, Get Mad Now.
All right.
I'm gonna obviously add myself because I want to get party, because I have been working a lot and I want to party. We work so hard all day, we deserve the party.
Crop over. I like the Anguillans who say, we want to party. You know, that's how they talk. That's how they say it. You know how it is. All right, time for your flashback. Let's get into it.
Okay, a lot is happening on St. Martin. I'm a bit down today because of the news that I've heard yesterday. The Daily Herald came out with a big article concerning the landfill situation and the relocation paid for by the World Bank / NRPB. Now, we're going to start off with the program online from Fernando Clark with members of Parliament, Savage Chris and also Claudius Boncampo. They went very extensive in the article and also what it means for St. Martin people who continue to live here and continue trying to strive. I must warn you that it can be a bit emotional because it's pretty sad, I must say. Can't even make a joke about it. The travesty that is happening by the NRPV and the relocation of over 200 illegal persons from the dump, while the rest of the population has to suck salt and be neglected by this government, is outrageous. Simply put, outrageous. But I'll play the video so that you can understand why I'm upset.
Really? Asked about the specific situation, the NRPP director Connor said that the resettlement aims at change for the better. We don't look at resettlement based on what people are doing or have been doing. We don't look at who is legal or illegal. What we are looking at is an area that is marked for what the World Bank calls involuntary resettlement. This means that basically the affected persons do not have a choice.
Now it goes further. That article. In that article, they go.
I hear there though. Okay. I hear the World Bank is the government there.
Okay. They are the government. Okay. Because we went to Washington in 2018 and signed off our lives. We gave them what they wanted, to come here and use the kingdom's money to treat us like a third world country. Slaves. All right? That's what we gave the World Bank when we signed in Washington in 2018. But I'll go a step further. Because in that same so-called involuntary movement, there are people in there that were renting in a place called Harding something.
Hold on, man.
From a lady from Santo Domingo. She doesn't live here. She got 10 illegal houses there.
Which is?
She lives in Santo Domingo.
Okay, hold that last thought.
Hold
that last thought. Hold it. As stated in the Resettlement Action Plan, the owner of rented dwellings, buildings, and other immovable assets who does not reside in the resettlement area of impact, identified as off-site squatter landlord, will be compensated in cash for the full replacement cost. Patio de Yanara is one of those immovable assets hidden between mountains of scrap metal at the bottom of the south part of the dump, 300 meters behind the Vehicle Inspection Center on Swaliga Road. During a series of site inspections by a reporter from this newspaper between December 2019 and July 2022, it became clear that Yanara is a Dominican woman who claims to own a dozen shacks, that's 12, on the government-owned terrain adjacent to the dump. While she lives in the Dominican Republic, a henchman in St. Martin collects rent from each person living at the site at $350 each shack, or 2 times $250 if 2 persons share a shack. The shacks have mostly been occupied by undocumented Venezuelans. The group of men between the ages of 25 and 55 years old had came to St. Martin during the months after Hurricane Irma pummeled the island on the 6th of September 2017 in search of coveted dollars, applying for jobs and construction. Visas were not yet mandatory for Venezuelans at the time. But this is the part. She will be compensated.
Now, listen to me carefully.
Okay?
Listen to me carefully.
You want to tell me something ain't wrong with us in this country?
Wrong. Not only...
You want to tell me something ain't wrong with us in this country?
The tax office
But you don't register your business now, and then the tax office come.
The tax office didn't
and get an
do.
assessment.
She collects. I'm going with 12, right? They said 12. 12 times $350. That is $4,200 a month. That is close to a little over $50,000 a year. The woman doesn't pay $1 tax in St. Martin.
She lives in Santa Domingo.
Yes, she doesn't
You
pay
have to file your
$1 tax
taxes, my
in
friend.
St. Martin. She is earning that income here.
In St. Martin.
We want to go after everybody else. The Minister of Finance
They tax
is asking,
old age pension.
I want to know who owned which house so I could tax them for the money they're making. Here we got the World Bank going to pay somebody in Santo Domingo that is using our land illegally. And you're going to tell me,
okay?
You're going to tell me we shouldn't open our mouths? Because when I opened my mouth in 2019, when that article was written, because I was against it. They said, oh, I'm against the squatters and against the Samaritan people. Go back and I check the reports. Oh, I was this and oh, I was that. Look at it coming out today. A woman that is using illegal land of the government. Collecting
and you're going to compensate
$50,000 a year, and you will give her no money for 12 shacks? But you gotta be crazy.
And it's on your land.
But wait, and anybody who agrees with this nonsense should be prosecuted. They should be prosecuted.
Remember the World Bank tell them to do it.
And the World Bank, but let me not do the World Bank.
The World Bank is the government, man.
No. Listen.
No, but even if you had a government, that's insane. What
they can't go so far.
Yeah.
This is setting.
So they gonna stop it?
They can't.
I mean, they can't stop it.
They cannot stop this because the World Bank said this is their way of working. You signed on to it, so don't come whining now after the fact. Like you don't know what you signed. It's just like 10. They had no clue what the hell they signed on to. Today we're crying 13 years later. But the same nonsense is happening now with the World Bank. Everybody's eyes big and wide. And why it's happening with the World Bank? Because the Dutch said they don't trust us. We are a bunch of gangsters.
Okay.
Oh, but what are they doing there in gangstery?
Bad now. Let me leave that for another topic.
Listen.
Listen now. No, listen. Don't go away. Listen. Because the article is long, eh?
Yeah.
So I'll jump into part. It says here, the resettlement action plan has been developed to ensure that resettlement process complies with the social safeguard policies of the World Bank operational policy. Connor explained, listen to this. All persons living in the resettlement action plan, as well as persons who derive their income from the dump, are dealt with on individual basis. They are given two options: to be compensated in kind, offered another dwelling on a different location, or receive cash money. Okay, wait. The NRPB hired a property appraiser to determine the economic value of businesses in the shantytown that has an active informal economy apart from waste pickers. These are upholsterers and several car mechanics who set up shop under a zinc roof, as well as electricians, masons, carpenters, and roofers who act as independent entrepreneurs. Okay? Some of them walking around with their business card, soliciting jobs. If we come to an agreement as to what they have in terms of structure, machinery, and materials, and the amount of money this represents, be it $25,000 or $50,000, they can choose to have this paid out in full. Connor said, we got to listen to me, man. Oh my God.
You know how many recipients they got?
List 138.
219.
But in total, 219 people involved.
Yes,
219 people.
139 of which they got businesses too. Listen, home.
You see what Claret Corner doing there? There's no amount of money they could have given me to tell me to do that. I'm going to tell them no. Because I got dignity.
Listen, Connell, after we sign off and we made the payments, they have 8 weeks to vacate the location. Then we will take possession of the location. We will secure it. Once we have an area that we can work on, we will begin demolition of that area. Listen to this, Fernando. Listen to this. This is the NRPB Prince William Alexander School can't finish to help those children who are needed right now with a school that is closing down and they have nowhere to put them. What do you call them, don't you? The special needs children?
The Excellence Learning Academy.
Excellence Learning Academy.
The ELA.
Okay, the ELA. You can't find a place to put our special needs children to help finish that school because there's a local contractor doing that, you know. So don't give the locals nothing. But they can't get help. Our children, special needs children, can't get help. But I tell you, this is the worst government ever. All right, you think I'm going to be talking? Listen to this part, eh? Listen to this part. According to the Resettlement Action Plan, NRPB expects to pay $3.9 million in compensation for structures in the area, as well as $658,147 for additional assets, $32,232 for trees. Demolition works will amount to an estimated $1 million. Some $2 million has been reserved for buying homes and businesses for resettlement of the persons that opt for in-kind compensation. The Resettlement Action Plan mentions that due to the debris emergency, it will necessarily be relocated as soon as possible with a temporary settlement. For this purpose, $228,000 is reserved, as well as $158,000 for a livelihood restoration program. The PAPs will receive allowances. That's the people in the area. Eh? The PAP will receive allowances in cash and in kind to cover for housing, feeding, and other necessities during this period until permanent resettlement arrangement in this place. The resettlement consultants concluded the total budget for the Resettlement Action Plan is $12,366,238. Of this, $1.5 million has been earmarked for consultancy services, $977,753 reserved for an audit of the resettlement once completed. We got to be a set of sick people to accept this. I done. I finish. I gone. I gone. I wanted to talk about the Prime Minister and the election date of October 9th. I wanted to talk, but Fernando, I'm done.
So election is October 9th.
I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah. The sellout of the century has to be Claret Corner of NRPB. I don't know. I asked the Minister of General Affairs, our Prime Minister, Siviria Jacobs, and also the Minister of VROMI, Egbert Duran, during the Council of Press briefing what he thought about the situation. Of course, they acted as if they didn't read the article. They don't know nothing about it. So they was fishing for answers. They tried to answer. I tried to get an official statement from the government on how they feel. Is it that undocumented persons have more power in St. Martin, or is it just that because the World Bank is paying for these projects via the Dutch means that we have to just take the word or forget the loss, put it in Dutch you say in the prullenbak, put it in the garbage bin, or put it on that same landfill where the illegals living, and forget about the laws of the land. Anyway, this was the response of the ministers.
Majority of those individuals as well, I think maybe even I'll dare to say 90% or plus percent have opted to be compensated and not relocated. Hence the reason I haven't been mentioning the relocation and building of temporary homes for those individuals over the last maybe 6 or 7 months. So this information about them rather taking compensation has been over the last 8 months, was established. Some of them even signed documents already to that effect. And we're talking not only residents, but residents and some businesses. There are 1 or 2 challenges in terms of relocation, and we are busy looking into that as a Ministry of Furomi.
Thank you, Minister Duran. Thank you, Andrew. We now move on.
I asked also the Prime Minister.
Sorry about that, Prime Minister Jacobs.
I really didn't have anything else to add. The minister did cover it in regards to relocation. The question for me? The minister gave a full answer. That's the answer. On the legalization front, that's persons actually right now, I believe the Minister of Justice has given a 6-month grace period for persons so it's open to any person who are business owners or business who have persons working that don't have their papers in order to submit and do that. So I think this would be an opportune moment for any of those persons to do so who do not have. But as Minister mentioned, the majority of persons of the list that was compiled via the committee is legal residents of St. Martin. The vast majority.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
So what have we learned? We've learned that if you get stopped by immigration, just tell them that you live on the landfill. They're going to have to let you go. That's it. Because they can't touch you. Tell them you are one of those 217 people, and they can't check no database. You know why? Because you're undocumented. You're not in the database. Think about it. So this is it. Now the question is, will these undocumented persons receive a Dutch passport or their legal residence once they get a house from the government? Well, according to the Prime Minister and the Minister of Furomi, it's just about 10%, because about 90% are legal and only 10%. So only 10% of them are going to receive a house from government without any papers. Is St. Martin a real place? I do not know. I just don't. Anyway. You know, we signed it. We signed an agreement with the World Bank. We signed the agreement with the Dutch. We want this free money. We want to fix the island. So, but to what extent? To the extent that you're just going to ignore the laws of the land and allow people who have been squatting at a location for so many years, and you pay them in cash, and you can't deport them? Might as well we stop doing immigration raids. Might as well we stop this grace period that we have. Might as well we stop governing. Oh, we already stopped governing since this government here. But my mind is just blown by this story. Of course, you know, welcome to the late night show. I don't know what else to say because this story is remarkable, but it's happening. It's been taking place, and yeah, lucky those undocumented persons. I wish that the documented person are as lucky as these undocumented ones. Yeah.
That does it for Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one. Bye-bye.
I'm calling my heart, calling my heart, calling my
Here
heart.
in St. Martin, we take pride in our island and want the world to see us, to hear us, and to dream about us.
Yeah, it's here, certainly. Oh my God, this gotta be the first place with these now. Yeah, this is it. Can I get this one printed, please?
Of course, let me get it ready for you. Here you go.
Thank you, bro. Like, this was really quick and I appreciate it because I'm on the run. Have a good one.